Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Wickham 1912, and I'm going with Parma Violet today. Nice, hopefully a quick shave today. And I've got to go and see if I can get my van sold. Someone's having a look at it before work. So the brush for today is the Graydog 27mm Omega Boar. We've got some bloodwood here and some spalted oak from Graydog's backyard. And this is probably my favourite brush that he's actually made, for me anyway, personally. I absolutely love it. I love the redwood, I love the oak, and it works so nicely with the boar. It almost blends in with the oak, and then this little bit in the middle to split it up the collar. Really, really nice brush. Now Graydog worked on this knot for me when he had it back in his possession again to re-knot, and it's probably twice as soft as it was when I sent him, and I beat the crap out of it for a while. So it's a pretty tough knot, these Omega knots, so you do have to give them a bit of time and a bit of a bashing to get them softened up. But this one's not a million miles away from being almost scritch free. So Parma Violet, scent strength is the usual sort of Wickham, around about a 4 or 5 scent strength out of the tub, out of 10. And this one is just the spitting image scent of Parma Violets. Now if you've never had a Parma Violet, it is well, to me, a Parma Violet is a sweet or a sort of candy that you can eat. It came with tiny little things when I was young. It came wrapped up in a little cylindrical sort of packet. Really sort of floral sweet scent. I used to love them. And this is just an identical scent of them. Brings back so many memories. I'm just making sure I get a really good load on in here. Just loading up beautifully. Now I did say yesterday in my previous video that I've been soaking my bows in the fridge for the full morning before I use it in the afternoon, but this one I've just literally just put it in the hot water before I had this shave. 10 minutes, 15 minutes soaking. I didn't have time this morning, I was just knackered. So there's the brush loaded. With the face. Now one thing I'm noticing, I've been using the Kai blade now for the last 4 shaves. This will be shave number 5 on the same Kai blade. My shaves seem to be staying closer. Closer than they were with the spoiler and closer than they were with the feather. I don't know why. I don't have quite as much growth coming through. It could be that it's cold, I've got no idea, but it certainly seems to be giving me a closer shave which is lasting longer. So this one is at the end of the day, is a floral scent. The actual sweets themselves are floral scented, but they're nice, I love it. I'm not a big floral fan, but because this brings back memories of eating sweets when I was a kid. Right, stick the tips and paint some water in. So there is still a little bit of scritch with this one. I can feel it already just when I'm painting. But once I spray it like that, it's just scrub, which is lovely. And it's very scrubby, and I can still feel those hairs that are scritchy, but it feels more like scrub than scritch or scratch that I'm getting. Look at that. Lovely. Right, the Karve with the C plate and 5th use on the Kai blade. And here we go. I don't know if you noticed that, I certainly did. This side of my face when I flipped the blade over was a lot more feedback. That's super smooth on my lips though. So my World Cup team has fallen last night, or this morning, over here. Portugal were beaten 2-1 by Uruguay, sadly. But look, at the end of the day, they didn't deserve to win. Uruguay for me were a better team. They defended excellently and scored when it mattered. They did the bit when it was required. So they actually looked very good. But one of my picks for the tournament was France, and they demolished Argentina yesterday. I always picked Portugal, but the teams that I fancied was England, Belgium and France. That was the ones that were really stuck out to me, and they're probably the ones that have played the better football really the whole tournament. Brazil are coming better now. They're coming good at the right time. So I'm really looking forward. What a way to start the last 16 of the tournament. 10 goals, end-to-end football. Leo Messi dumped out again, and to be brutally honest, he's played utter shite for the whole tournament. He's done nothing. N'Golo Conte marked him off the park last night for France, and as far as I'm concerned now, he'll retire. I think he'll retire, and he'll retire without ever winning anything with his national team, like Maradona, like Ronaldo, like your Pele's. And I think, in all honesty, I think it's going to affect his standing in history. I know he's a great player, one of the greatest that's ever played the game. But I think, personally, because he's stayed at Barcelona his whole career, he's never done anything with his national team. And I just think personally, I think Ronaldo, just going by what he's done and what he's won and the way he's went about it, I know he's got a big ego. He's got, in many ways, he's got a shocking attitude as well. His attitude's terrible, but he does a lot for charity. He's built hospitals, he's done all that sort of stuff. I just find Ronaldo, to me, for what he's won and what he's done at different clubs as well, makes him a better player. He's won something with his national team. When they won the European Championships 2 years ago, Messi's done absolutely nothing with Argentina. And let's be honest about it, Portugal, when they won the European Championships and when they got to the finals, the final of the European Championships 8 years before, they got to the semis of the World Cup, the semis of the other World Championships. It was a one-man team. Ronaldo was the man carrying them through it. Messi has not been able to do that with Argentina at all. Well, I have to say, guys and gals, the soap's performing excellently. But this Kai blade is really smoothing up still efficient. I can feel it just slicing through the hair, but it's very, very smooth now. That first shave was a bit rough, I have to say, very rough, that first sort of 10 strokes. And then it's just eased up, and now it's working wonderfully. Shave number 5, and it feels like a brand spanking new blade. Slickness on the Wickham is outstanding again. Protection's great, the scent's lovely. Just does a great job. The brush is performing really well. It's probably just a little bit scrubby at the moment, but this will soften up again still. It will soften up for me the more I use it. Right, cross the grain other way. Yeah, that's just super smooth. Now the thing with the Kai blades are, they're quite thick, very similar to the Gillette spoiler and the other vintage blades. I've got the thicker blades. Now a thicker blade is more difficult to sharp. It's more difficult to sharpen or get as sharp as a thinner blade. But because it's thicker, once you get that sharp edge on it, it lasts a little bit longer because it's not going to go as blunt as quick. Which is why feather blades for me have got terrible longevity. It's really close and really comfortable. It's the best shave I've had so far out of this Kai blade from the 5 shaves. I've got no weepers, I don't think. I've definitely got very minimal irritation. So I'll just round the lips now and on the chin. As you can see, the soaps performed well, really well to say I've used a Boar. So went through 3 passes, I had pick up, no problem. What a shave. Absolutely stunning shave. Right, I'm just going to pop some I'll go some lemon today, why not? Lemon Thayers. No weepers today. Like I say, easily the best shave I've had from the 5 shaves with the Kai. The Wickham soap is actually performing really well. It's really slick for me at the moment. Now the fact that I'm getting this amazing slickness and I'm even using natural hair brushes. It's quite impressive. And I do struggle sometimes with some soaps with natural hair brushes for some reason, Barrister Man being one of them. I seem to lose a little bit of slickness when I use a natural hair brush on Barrister Man. This stuff, no problem. Lathers up easy, it's slick, it's cushiony, smells great. I love Darren's scents over at Wickham, and the guy himself is a really nice guy. Beautiful. Just rinse the soap out. It's quite a hard soap, lasts a long time. I've had my Club Cola now for, I think this coming November or December, it'll be 2 years. And I'm not even halfway through it, I don't think. So, I don't think I'll ever finish a tub of soap. Wickham, 1912, Parma Violet. Looks like that in the tub. Smells amazing. If you've smelled Parma Violets before and you like it, you have to get this in your den. It's phenomenal stuff. What a shave. The Graydog 27mm Omega Boar. You can see there that that boar hair is starting to look really nice. Bloodwood Spalted Oak from Graydog's garden, which I think is amazing. I've actually got a piece of wood from his garden. Absolutely beautiful brush. Carve razor with 5th use on the Kai blade was exceptional today. The Kai blade settled in really well now and it feels phenomenally smooth, but extremely efficient. It's slicing through the hair. I've got no weepers this time around. Literally no irritation that I can feel. I'm really impressed with the blade. It's starting to really settle in, and like I say, 5 shaves in, I'm expecting 10 plus from this blade now, given how smooth and comfortable it is already. And I finished it off with Thea's Lemon, which is also, what an amazing shave. So you guys, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys in the next shave. Cheers.